Time of year, I got the side-by-side out, and it's time to slap on the best belt for it, Ultimax. I finally got some time, I'm gonna get to it. It's a heavy duty machine. It's a workhorse, you know, big machine, going through mud, pulling heavy loads. Ultimax is the best belt for it. I noticed some performance losses recently, so I'm gonna take the belt off, inspect the clutches, and see what we got. Install a new one. I also noticed some little squeaky sounds coming, and I guarantee that has to do with the one-way bearing, so I'm gonna replace that. Let me start it up and see if I can hear that sound now and show you what I mean, so you know if you hear this sound that your one-way bearing's going. In the winter time when it's cold, seems to be a lot louder. And right now I just started it up, I don't hear it. Oh, let me rev it up a bit. Sorry, not hearing it right now, obviously, when I'm trying to show you. But basically, it's a little squeaky sound, squeak, 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 coming on idle from the clutch area. That's a sign that your one-way bearing needs some grease or needs some maintenance or replacement. Anyways, I'm gonna tear this thing apart and install the Ultimax. And now I'm just gonna take off this belt. I'm not sure what is on here, but we're gonna replace it. So you need to open up the secondary to take this off, and there's a special tool. This thing here, you're gonna need to open it up. Basically thread it in here, bottom it out, and then you're gonna tighten this up. Okay, we're gonna get this old belt off. G-Boost, that's what it says on it. Is that G-Force? Oh, impact doesn't fit, or does it? Yep, sort of. Smaller socket would help there, but this is all we got. Okay, I got my clutch puller. Gonna thread that in. And I hope it's an easy removal. This might not be the right clutch pull. I'm going, oh, maybe it is. Seems I'm going pretty deep in there. Oh, it's off. Yeah, that was not bad at all. I like it when it comes off easy. They want to use the water, have to use the water trick or whatnot. Oh, how do I get this off? That's funny. So here we have the clutch off, and the first thing I notice is it does make some noise, the one-way bearing. That should not be the case. And also I notice that it's spinning both ways, and I do not think that is correct. Sorry, it is correct. I forgot, it's not a one-way bearing, it's just a needle bearing, so that is correct. But I don't know if the camera's gonna pick up that noise. Listen. there's noise there. Bearings should be silent, in my opinion. So let's separate the halves and replace that bearing. So I never separated this clutch before, but apparently you just screw in your clutch puller halfway in and give it a nice little smack, or a bigger smack. Okay, even a bigger smack. Okay, another smack. I think that's right. Nothing's happening. There we go. There we go. Okay, took a little more than I thought. Okay, I'm going to clean up all that stuff after. So there is a little shim here, and when I bought spare parts I made sure to get a new shim or washer. And the bearing, so this bearing you can probably grease it. I have a Isoflex 52, some grease left over from building some Skidoo motors. I think that's a good grease for that, but I have a new bearing right here. There's the part number, and I'm just going to install a new one. And you can see there's already grease installed on this new one. So there's that. I have new rollers here, so and I have new buttons for that side. I don't know how far I'm going to go today. I'll do an inspection, but definitely this bearing's coming off. Yeah, and there's another shim there. So you get a rag and clean that all up. There is a little bit of a groove on this sheave. That's not good, but you know, clutches are always wearable parts. So when this wears out, I buy a new one. It is quite a groove there. So that means I'm not going to spend too much time rebuilding the other side, because it's almost time for a new clutch, if that's the case. So I'm definitely going to get more use out of this one. So there you go, you put the washer shim on, the new needle bearing, which is already greased. Oh, that sounds a lot better. There we go. Let's have a look at this. So I did mark it. Got some lines there. You got that groove also here. So there's not that much play in this spider, I think you would call it. So I am not gonna replace those pucks. I don't think. And I'm gonna feel for where they're sliding. And it's not really worn out. Oh, let's see the rollers for flat spots. That's good. Like I said, I bought new ones. Oh yeah, there is flat spots. I think that's a common thing with these, actually. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and pull this spider thing right out. These pucks might fall. I want to lose them. Or there might be washers that hold them in, actually. They're sort of falling. Yeah, there they go. There they go. And these rollers are flat. So I do have the new rollers here. So might as well install them. I'll do some research on how to install them. Clean this all up. Check for play on the weights. There is some play. But again, I'm not going to be perfect. Some of them feel harder than others to open up. I'll clean that up really nice. As I mentioned, I was attempting to replace these rollers. There's a slight flat spot on them right there. Very small, but there is a flat spot. So I attempted to punch out the pin and replace it, and I'm struggling a little. So the proper way to do it is get 11 mil socket, put it on the bottom side, rest it on something hard, put your drift punch through and hammer it out. Now I put some heat here and it started to move, but then maybe I just don't have the right size punch. It started digging into the aluminum there and it was quite difficult. So I am gonna leave it. I think I'm gonna cause more damage than good by doing that. So I'm gonna punch this back in, and I'm gonna really clean this up with some parts cleaner and put it back together. Like I said, the clutch wasn't perfect. Maybe just I'll get many more kilometers out of this, and then when it goes, it goes. So I'm gonna punch that back in and retreat on my plan to replace the rollers this time. Even now, it's a hard time to go back in. As you see, it's a little bit of a struggle. Imagine if I had to, I'm just trying to put it back in. Imagine if I had to do that, punch them all out, 6 of them. Definitely don't want to damage this. I'm going to show you what I'm doing here. This is probably one of the biggest problems with the Can-Am clutches. This is off a Can-Am Defender HD10. If you see here, I'm inspecting the arms, and see that's kind of, you can tell it's kind of gummy and not smooth. There's not too much play that way, but look, the arm is actually digging in to the aluminum of the primary, almost making this thing junk and garbage. And I'm gonna save that today, get more life out of this clutch, and I'll show you why that's important. Because what's happening here is because of inertia, when it's centrifugal force, when it's turning, it's pushing against that aluminum and chewing it away, making it not center here. So on the governor cup, where it rides on the rollers, let me show you. Look at this one. See how it's all chewed out there? It's eating the aluminum away. It's eating the aluminum away on here. So eventually, this is garbage. So I'm gonna show you a trick. So what I did is I essentially bought a washer here. So aluminum washer, you're gonna have to take your own measurement to fill in the gap there. So I'll show you what I'm gonna do. First off, I'm going to unloosen the bolt. It's a Torx on one end, T20, 8mm nut. I'm going to take it off and then I'm going to spray it down with parts cleaner, brake cleaner. It's all gummed up. That's not good. This shows you why this is important to do. Okay, there we go. So, you got the arm out. You have to be careful because there's two shims on each side of the arm. One fell down there and one's over there. So we're going to go ahead and remove those because we're going to have to reinstall them. Okay, I'm gonna spray down the arm inside with some brake clean. Clean off the bolt. Now that slides nice and smoothly. Okay, so reinstalling this. If you can see here, it chewed away at the aluminum. There's a lip there, so I'm going to take a file and just clean up that edge. Okay, now I'm going to install it. I'll show you the best way to do it. Again, I got an aluminum washer. Let's see if I can. I ripped this bag open right where it said the size of it. Well, let's see. Outer diameter of this washer is almost 12 mils, just over 11. The ID, 6.5. The thickness, 1.5, and that's mils, not inches. It's almost 460 thou diameter. OD, 260 thou, and thickness is about 62 thou. Okay, so I found the best way to install this is to put the washer in first where it's worn out, put the bolt in to hold the washer, put the arm in, slide the shim in and sort of hold it there with the arm, and put the bolt through on one side, and then do the same with the second side. Slide it in, hold it, and put the bolt through. There you go. Bolts through, arms in. Look at that. Centered. No more play. No more eating at the aluminum. Last thing to do is put your nut on and tighten it up. And you'll be good for many, many years, I hope. I think and I hope. So now it's time to finish up this install by putting this governor cup back on here. So I removed the washers. There was 3 washers. I didn't buy new ones. I'm just going to reuse the old ones. 1, 2. So there's only 3 out of the 6. So you see there's a groove here. I just put the washer in there. Gotta make sure it doesn't fall out. That might fall out. Yeah, it will. Okay, I'll just make sure the washers stay in. Sorry, the O-rings stay in. Okay, I got the 3 O-rings in. Now I put my alignment mark when I took it apart. There's here, and the corresponding one is right there. So this is gonna go in like that. And I'm just going to rest it there. So I did buy new pucks. I think this is what it's called, but I'm just going to reuse them because I saw no need to replace them, and I have it as spares if something goes wrong. It goes in one way. I'm going to put it the same way I took it off. I'll put one on each side. Oh, there's already things are falling off. Okay, I did this on a Polaris clutch and I was battling. So what happens when you put these pucks in, they like to fall out. So I'm gonna get tape ready. So tape them in there, and then as you're sliding it down, you just remove the tape and you're not fighting it. I think there is I seen tools, it's like a bracket that comes down and holds it in and you pull it out, but I just don't have it here. So put the tape in at the top, just holding it down. So all the O-rings and pucks are in. Let's find my alignment mark again. This one and this one. So I'm going to slide it in. Maybe it wasn't clipped in before. That's why it was falling out. Regardless, they're in now. Oh, they like to fall out a little. So that tape is helping me here. Big time. Okay, I think they're all in. Right? Yeah. So I'm going to take the tape off. Okay. Seems a little tight, but I think I'm just not square. Oh, there we go. There we go. Just gonna make sure all the pucks are in properly. Okay, it does move nicely. There's no play clockwise, counterclockwise. Now I think there's some binding because just I'm not pushing it up exactly straight. But once it's in there, there's only one way to go. Okay. Let's install the clutch part back on. So I put the new needle bearing, the new shim there. It's not totally important to mark this with that because you can buy it separately, but I did put a mark. It's right there. I'll put that mark in the 12 o'clock spot. And then my mark here is right there. Same thing. Just slide it right down. There we go. Now, perfect. It's time to put it on, torque it, and slap the Ultimax on. Clutch is on. Put this bolt in, and you have to thread it through the middle, and then you're going to thread it right onto the crank. There you go. Right through. Tighten it. Now, torquing this is very important. It goes to 89 foot-pounds. Now, I'm going to just help it out with this. Okay, just a little. Nothing crazy. And then we get the torque wrench. Okay, it's important to hold this so it doesn't rotate on you. And I bought this tool on Amazon. It's just gonna lock it in right there, so it's not gonna move as I torque it down. Remember, 89 foot-pounds. 89. Okay. Now the best part of the job is finishing up. Again, highly recommend the best belt at a great price is Ultimax for the Defender HD10. That's their part number here. 2018 Can-Am Defender HD10 UXP 487 Ultimax. Best belt right here going on. Putting it on so I can read the writing this way. I already have the secondary open. I'm going to start with the primary, slide it in, and tuck it in there. Now the best thing about this belt is break-in period is very simple. It's 3 heat cycles. So you're going to go heat it up, which means rev it up, get it moving in the primary and secondary, cool it down. Heat it up, cool it down, heat it up, cool it down. 3 heat cycles and you're ready to rock. Now I'm gonna remove the secondary, this spreading tool for the secondary. Not only do I have a new belt, I have a new needle bearing. No more squeaky squeak. Okay, we're ready to ride.